guys should find a weedier place to have this race, because this is just too clear, it's too easy.
Get out of the weeds.
Holy crap, they are everywhere, man.
Well, don't drive through them.
It was Beth from ZenWatersports.com that first talked me into joining the glamorous world of eFoil racing. She and the other promoters wanted to showcase the exhilarating potential of eFoiling, and who better to demonstrate that than yours truly? I mean, I've logged countless hours freestyling on my eFoil, so how hard could it be to weave around some buoys and claim victory? The race was sponsored by Lift eFoils and Minnesota Wake, a luxury wake and surfboat dealer located, I suspect, somewhere in Minnesota or perhaps Minnesota. So, armed with my trusty Lift 4 Pro, fastest wings, my fearless surf buddy Laura, and a healthy dose of misplaced confidence, we embarked on a journey to Moonlight Bay, or is it Moonlight Bat? Well, regardless of the name of the venue, we set off in search of the racecourse located somewhere near the shores of a post-apocalyptic oil refinery. You know me, as long as there's water and a chance to flaunt my eFoil skills, I'm there. Anyway, there I was, ready to conquer the eFoil time trials, even though I had never practiced slicing around those pesky race buoys. No worries, though. I was about to unleash a whole new level of unpreparedness on the unsuspecting competition. They had no idea what they were in for. The course begins between the two yellow buoys. The decision to begin the racers from a dead stop is one I personally disagree with, and I'll explain why later. As racers navigate around the first two buoys, first left, then right, they are able to pick up significant speed before heading out to the far left buoy. After a quick whip around the far left buoy, the racer then speeds back toward the far right buoy. This is the toughest obstacle of the course, forcing racers to carefully reduce their speed enough to make the turn, but remain on foil, or they'll get caught in a patch of weeds just 10 inches under the surface. Many racers biffed it on this turn. Some were unable to manage their speed, others ate it after stopping dead when their wings got caught in the weeds. Then the racers head back out to the far left buoy a second time, before they are given a straight shot back to the starting line where racers can run wide open and bomb through the finish line at full speed.
So how's that feel, Stephan?
The weeds do make it kind of interesting.
Okay.
Now let's address the elephant in the room, or should I say, on the water. Starting the race from a dead stop, yeah, not exactly my cup of adrenaline. Trust me, I've got a bone to pick with this questionable decision. You see, there's a little something called excitement that seems to have been overlooked in the race rules. Instead of allowing riders to get up to speed first and then starting the timer after passing through the starting gate, we're subjected to the riveting experience of watching eFoils sluggishly crawl towards planing speed. Picture this, an eFoil desperately trying to break free from the clutches of gravity, the seemingly never-ending runway stretching before it. It's a slow-motion spectacle that rivals the finest snail races in history.
2, 3, go!
And here's the real kicker. By the time we finally reach that coveted speed capable of flight, the first buoy is a distant dream. It's like trying to win a sprint while wearing cement shoes. Not exactly the recipe for an adrenaline-fueled race, is it? Now, I'm no expert, but wouldn't it make more sense to let us gather some momentum first? You know, build up some speed and then unleash us like wild eFoil warriors? It's just a thought. But hey, what do I know? Other issues that plagued the race were false starts and faulty timing on runs. My first race, for instance, was invalid because the clock wasn't started. The organizers tried telling me this shortly after I began the race, but as any serious racer will tell you, it is impossible to hear anything except for the sound of the water, the buzz of your prop, and your heart beating in your chest.
They're gonna start you over, Stephan! Stephan! Okay.
So only after I crossed the finish line with the fastest time of the whole event did I realize I had to run it again due to technical issue with the timing mechanics.
Hey, Stephan! You gotta go again! Because the clock didn't start.
Oh, the joys of submerged weeds. As if racing an eFoil wasn't challenging enough, we had to contend with the aquatic obstacles scattered throughout the course. These prop-clogging underwater weeds became the bane of every racer's existence. You see, eFoiling is more like piloting a submerged fighter jet than driving a boat. It's all about speed and precision. So, imagine the frustration when a few innocent weeds decide to wrap themselves around your prop, slowing you down to a painful crawl. The event coordinators, in their infinite wisdom, suggested a brilliant solution. Just go around them. Well, thank you, Captain Obvious. The reality is that maneuvering a high-speed eFoil around invisible underwater obstacles is more like having Parkinson's than taking a walk in the park with your son. It is clear that the course was carefully chosen to provide prime viewing spots for the spectators, who happen to be potential customers for the eFoil resellers. I get it, marketing and all. But here's the catch that the event coordinators forgot to consider, and that is that nobody is going to buy an eFoil if the race they watch looks like a tedious limp to the finish line. So, instead of treating the spectators to an action-packed race event, they were subjected to a grand spectacle of racers crashing and crawling their way around the stubborn vegetation. It was less of a race and more of a gardening expedition. Oh, the disappointment. The missed opportunity to showcase the true potential of eFoiling. The fix is simple. It is called a rake, and if they'd just spent 30 minutes before the race clearing the course, all our goals would have been realized. Well, we live and hopefully we learn.
Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, go!
Oh, those weeds. There's a pile of weeds there. That's hard. Hopefully they're smart. They're gonna let everybody take 2 heats and use rest time.
Go!
I wasn't ready!
Though I poke a lot of fun at the event coordinators, I did have a lot of fun, and it is always a blast to meet up with other eFoilers. So I do hope that races like these will continue, improve, and become more common, and hopefully offered a little closer to home as the sport continues to grow.